I could either have this be silence or just me talking, but yeah, you won't hear much talking while I'm drawing. Hold on a minute. It's 2 in the AM PM right now. Technically, this is my second live. Oh, that works perfect. Okay. All right, gonna be drawing. It's number 18 from chapter 359 of the manga. Just drawing your girl from the back. Gotta hurry up and sketch it. So we'll be inking this within the same live. I like how Toriyama's designs are very simple. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Now remember, she's turned around. It's gonna kind of be like this, you feel me? Like, kind of turn. Everything is turned. This is her backside. Like that. Yeah, it shouldn't stick out that far. Okay. I probably should have had a topic ready, but I mean, the topic is drawing, so let's talk about art. What is the hardest stuff to draw for Mr. Scribbles? What is the hardest stuff to draw for me? For all 0 people in the chat, what is the hardest thing to draw? She's got a nice small waist. Yep, her back's like about right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's her waist. Yeah, I'm using that chapter as a reference, just to make sure. Chapter 359 is reference. Oh yeah, the hardest thing to draw. What was I talking about? Yeah. The hardest thing to draw, as far as body parts, I mean, it all gets easy. Well, I don't say easy, but the face needs to be, if the face is correct, it's like a Toriyama quote, like it's really, really is that, simple. If the face is easy, like if you get the face down, everything else falls into place most of the time. Yeah, this is the scene where she's wearing her cowgirl outfit in the store. She's looking into the mirror, not liking the fit. Thinking, Jesus, why did Toriyama have to put her in this today? It's NFL Films right there. NFL's greatest hits. Many of you guys have seen that. If any of the 0 people watching have seen that. Not all these drawings go so well. But you got to change that so that they do. Like me. I wonder what he was using as a reference, like for this specific drawing. Are you trying to detail women's arms and stuff like that? Realize, nah, women like you gotta not embrace, but, well, yeah, embrace the feminine aspects of the women instead of, 'cause I'm so used to drawing roided up huge men like Dragon Ball, because they used to use the bodybuilding magazines to draw the men in Dragon Ball to, emphasize the masculine qualities. But it's like, you gotta tone all that way back with the feminine, the females, and, highlight the feminine qualities, the feminine attributes. It's one pocket. That's the other pocket. Oh, look at that. Everything's starting to come together now. At first, I used to like pencil everything in, like do a light penciling, like what I'm doing now. I call it light penciling, and then do a hard penciling where you like kind of ink it out with the pencil, and then you ink it out. Kind of, that's how it would look. It looked like you ink it out with the pencil. Basically, it looked like you set the drawing in place. Now I just kind of just say F it and do the penciling right here, soft and hard at the same time. Big pause. like a medium penciling. Medium. His drawings look so beautiful here. Yeah, we got quiet again, didn't it? Little tassels. I like tassels. Like on the cowboy tassels. Oh yeah, I didn't finish her hair back. She looks, kind of dykish with the hair. All right, y'all can see that. So her legs, it's like her legs coming down from here. Legs coming down from here. I'll draw her standing a bit more spread out than Toriyama did. Say her butt's right here, or right here, and coming down. What if? And then right here. Yep. And I started this at 1:58 a.m. Yeah, there was a bit like time with the setting up the phone and stuff like that. The boot's gonna have to like kind of switch a bit. And draw that foot. Ooh, some nice long legs on it. Alrighty. Alrighty. Oh, y'all can barely see that. It looks worse on camera. And I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Okay, so she's standing on this floor, blah, blah, blah. The heck was that sound? Oh, yeah. Okay, I like the way she's standing in my version a little better. Although, he did have a weekly deadline, so. Hey. Well, I have an hourly deadline, so hey. It's kind of matched out. But not at all. Alright. Just want to get a little more in there before I start the inking process. Oh my gosh. You know, that's. Yeah, I did better than I thought I would. Which is a good thing. And a bad thing. Remember, chapter 359. I would show you all the chapter that I'm doing it off of, but this camera's gonna fall off if I switch it again. So it took so long just for me to set this camera up. So start the inking. I use these. It's India ink. Got all messed up from being in my book bag for a year. But we're gonna start inking now. Okay, what should I? Oh, I'm gonna start off with the. Wait, I gotta test the ink out. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alrighty. I might actually ink it out black. Like totally black it out. I want a shade for that. I might do that tomorrow. Or later today, actually. You know what? Survivor Series, War Games, all that stuff was yesterday. Just remember the conversation I had with Danny, Geekdom 101. We were talking about like the best era in wrestling. And I swear to y'all, the best era in wrestling. Like just, what's it called? How would I say this? Objectively. Like the best year time span. Like mid 97 to mid 98. Dude, that was an absolute sick time span. Let me tell y'all why. Let me just give y'all the rundown. So you got Luger beating Hogan like August 4th for Hog Wild, some crap like that, I believe. And then Survivor Series Heart and Soul, the epic ending with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. And then you got, moving into 97, you got Kane's debut, the rise of Steve Austin, Goldberg debuts on Nitro. Like, and that's just in the span of a few months, right? You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson shows up, but that's later on. That's in 98. But that's still a part of the same, like, calendar year that I'm talking about. You got Hell in a Cell. The first ever one was Shawn Michaels and Taker. And then Kane debuts that one, like I mentioned earlier. Steve Austin breaks his neck, thanks to Owen Hart. And then Survivor Series 97, obviously that was Montreal, right? So, like the one they don't ever stop talking about. And then you got, whatever happened in December? Oh, yeah, the build-up to Starrcade. You know what I'm saying? Sting Hogan. The build-up to Starrcade. Not even Starrcade itself, just the build-up to Starrcade was insane. And then you get Starrcade 97. The NWO's going wild in freaking WCW. And then, like, 1998, there's a bit of stuff. I know there's way more, like, the rise of WWF Attitude, right? Stuff like that going on. And then you got, the Royal Rumble 1998, Steve Austin wins it. And then you got Mike Tyson showing up, right? Then you got the Steiner brothers breaking up, Scott Steiner becoming Big Papa Pump, like that, like all in the span of a few months, guys. Goldberg still on his undefeated streak, right? You got hold on, let me draw this real quick. Shawn Michaels breaking his back. You got that happening. And just the tension in the backstage area, because this time period is talked about so much. The backstage going crazy. Mike Tyson showing up. Like I mentioned that 3 times already. But yeah, he shows up. Raw explodes. And then this is like about the time when like the ratings were like, it was like starting to get somewhat equal again. Like even though Nitro was still beating out Raw by this point, it was starting to even out like by this point. And then you got the Vince McMahon character that kind of started around this point. Bret Hart going to WCW. You got oh snap. Let me just draw that in. Goldberg beating Hogan on Nitro, but that's like stepping way into the future for a bit. And then you got I could draw a shoulder there, and then, you know what I'm saying? The rise of Steve Austin, he beat Shawn Michaels. The undefeated streak's going crazy, rise of DDP. All this stuff going on, man. And then this is like right before the NWO actually splits up into like their, first splinter groups like the Wolfpack. Well, that happened as well, yeah. Because I think Scott Steiner was the last member to join before that happened. And then, so you got all that stuff going on. And then, drawing while explaining this is very tense. Taker versus Kane at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 14 in general. Was that the one where Butterbean? No, that was the next year. That was all right. The Brawl for All was 98, going into 99. But then you got Raw finally beating Nitro on the ratings, and Vince McMahon's match versus Austin, right? Got all that stuff going on. New stars being built in the WWF. Programming getting way more edgy. Like I mentioned, Hogan and Goldberg. Goldberg beating Hogan. Kane beating Austin for the title. I think that was Hell in a Cell 98. Speaking of which, Undertaker and Mankind. That spot happened at Hell in a Cell 98. You know? And then you're coming to a close. Yeah, it's a little bit after this. I said the timestamp was from like August 4th, 97. I think that's when Luger beat Hogan for the title. But, I mean, Warrior still debuted in Nitro later that month in 1998. And then you got SummerSlam. Taker Austin. That was Highway to Hell, I believe. Doing all that while drawing. Remembering all that. It's pretty freaking hard. I tell you. I had to draw the outline of her butt to give her more of a glute. Or maybe the skirt is more tight on her in my version. But remember, you got to accentuate the feminine qualities, right? That's why you see like cartoon characters, like the Disney moms, right? That they're talking to Pixar moms, just looking ridiculous. It's because they accentuate the female qualities. See that? Gotta accentuate her butt, make it huge. Well, bigger than what you would expect the guys to be. Accentuate the feminine qualities for women, and then do the same thing for guys in terms of masculinity. So that when you draw something like Zarbon, and he's got both female, well, really Frieza's, like Frieza Dodorian and Zarbon, who had like female lips. Zarbon just kind of looked feminine. I guess he was supposed to look beautiful, because, you know, Bulma was like, oh my gosh, you look, you know, stunning. Whatever. But he still had some effeminate qualities to him. Like, yeah, he wanted to, like, it was Beauty and the Beast was the whole thing with him. So, you know, he was beautiful when you saw him, and then he turned into a beast. And then wrecked Vegeta's crap. See that? If you look at the actual picture where I took this from, you can tell that I, you know, purposely made her butt bigger than Toriyama did for her. Her glutes, as I say. "29 minutes, wow." But that's inking as well, so. Yeah, that's a ridiculous year in wrestling. I want to make sure everybody sees that. I don't like that it looks dark on the camera. It's actually pretty light up in here. Accentuate the hips. It actually wasn't difficult to draw. It's really just her face and whatnot. Like I say all the time, yeah, face. You get that down, it's a piece of cake. Kind of like her butt. Cake. Get it? Get the joke? So it made her butt big. I mean, he draws her butt big in some shots as well, but and I would know this because I draw it. Yeah, like I would just draw a lot of the stuff from the manga, and I noticed like sometimes sometimes when you draw this stuff, you'll be like, wait a minute, like, he really accentuated some body features for both women and men. Even the animators do it as well. They love doing it even more. There was one thing I was reading on Consensus. It was a Toriyama thing. He was talking about how he was drawing a perverted manga, and he was like, uh, my editor is forced. He said his editor was forcing him to do it. It was the funniest thing. I was like, why are you like, you don't have to draw that, do you? Like I said, I want to shade these areas, so I believe I might come back to this tomorrow on the live and shade these areas on the live. Like I don't just want to have them plain black like he did in the picture. And then I'm gonna turn this live into a YouTube video. Like I'm gonna just turn it into a speed draw or something, and then share it on YouTube. For all to see. With women, legs are very important, but it's also important with guys. But at the same time, and I can. Oh man, I like that I'm gonna be shading this tomorrow because I really want to. This line work looks horrible. It doesn't look horrible. It just looks basic. Or should I just say, not up to the standards that I did with the Vegeta versus Cell one, which I use in like almost every video. I would use the Gohan Kamehameha one, but I deleted the file from my computer. It's still on my phone, but deleted it from my computer. It's been dead. It's been silent. I've been in the zone. All right, that's it, pretty much. And then I guess beneath her feet. Number 18. Woo! All right, so that's it. There are some differences from mine and the original. I'm gonna go ahead and I like signing my stuff. I just do this as practice for like when I do actual art. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign it on this thing as well, just cause I'm gonna give you all the chapter. Well, Dragon. And then I'm gonna put my signature right here. So that's how I sign it in pencil. Yes, it's a long process. Even signing this, it's a long process. This is the line work I'm talking about. Y'all see me sign this, you're gonna be like, oh, that's what you meant. You guys ever like purposely tease somebody just to get into a fight? Because I sure do not. Or do I? That movie Fight Club, it actually makes sense. I mean, if you've ever teased anyone before, you'll know like people actually do their hardest to avoid confrontation. Like, what you would consider a normal person wouldn't actually, like, even gorillas. Gorillas don't actually want to fight. They just want you to know that, like, okay, like I could end you in any day, right? That's the gorilla mindset. Yeah, that's the kind of mindset people want. Got a little loop-de-loop to the cue. I like to change it up every now and then. Add new things, you know what I'm saying? I was watching Fight Club. I think I already mentioned this. Yeah, like how people like to avoid fights. Yeah, Fight Club, he said, start a fight with somebody. I don't know why he wanted, like, why would you want them to lose the fight, though? The whole point was probably just for them to, like, actually receive punches, like, yeah, get punched in the face. But, I mean, what if they broke the rules and just decided to win the fight? It's not like Tyler would know or care. The whole point of Project Mayhem is to let all that which shouldn't slide totally slide. Look at that R. Oh my gosh. That looks beautiful. Yes, my signature is this important. And there you go. There's the signature. I just love drawing it. It's literally art in itself. I got that signature idea from Todd McFarlane. Man, it's beautiful. Look at how everything contrasts itself like for each other. I like the signature on this page with Bulma. Oh yeah, I drew Bulma from this one scene of Dragon Ball where she was, well, Toriyama drew it. And this is where I'm getting all my drawings from. Toriyama. That's where I'm getting it from. And so, yeah, that's been the drawing. It's 42 minutes for both the sketching and inking. Well, sketching took a little bit more. Like, let's tack on like 3 more minutes. Like maybe 45 minutes. But at the same time, it's like I did ink out my signature, which took like 5 minutes on its own. And that V, it's long, but it's not dense enough. I need density, like George McFly. Well, it was Lorraine who needed density. I am your density, like George McFly. Except I'm better. But I won't be back. Well, maybe I will for tomorrow doing the... Ooh, I like that little swiggle in the V. To actually ink in the black, right? I got her standing up. Looking nice. I don't like the way it looks in the camera. Trying to flip it over. That's my laptop where I edit the videos. I'll see me post. That's how it looks. I'll be back for tomorrow to do the rest. I guess tomorrow I'll do the rest. So, there you go. That's the live for today. I'm gonna archive this, and I'm gonna also like put this in as a speed draw in the coming days. See y'all later.